enjoyed it. Okay, so guys, about I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, I did a video about a guy who is claims he was American, and he sent me a video of himself teaching, and he wanted a job at my school, and he offered me a great deal, you know, and he's qualified, he says, and he sent me a video, and I kind of I was pretty honest, and I said, you know, your English is not good enough, and I don't need anybody. Number one, okay, I don't need anybody, okay. But he's trying to offer me a deal, and I said, you know, I honestly am just not. And we don't teach children. He teaches children. Anyway, I was honest and said we didn't need him. So he sent me an email today, and I haven't opened it, so I'm going to react to it now. Okay, it's long. Look at that. Okay, not that long. Okay, here's number one. Ready? Victor, I've seen your video. First of all, I have to, before I say anything, I want to say that you are kind of ticked off in that video. Had I offended you in some way? Oh, no, I was kind of ticked off. Well, you offered your services when I told you I don't teach children and I don't need a teacher, but you still kind of push yourself, which is kind of annoying. But not a big deal. I mean, I actually admire your persistence, okay? If I had offended you, please accept my apology, okay? No, very good. This is good, you know, this is starting off very good. I thought it would start off like, you know, you're kind of an asshole. See, when the email came up, all I could see was the first line, which said, first of all, I want to say you are kind of, and that's all I saw, so I thought he's going to say asshole, which I was willing to accept. But second, if it's okay with you, in a friendly gestures, I want to clarify several things to you before that I failed to mention in that video. Okay, or maybe I forgot. Okay, so he wants to clarify a couple things. You failed to mention that I'm willing to work in your school for much less salary. I knew the original was $250K. Yeah, he did offer to work for much less salary than we usually pay. We actually pay more than the minimum. My manager's sitting right here. Yukari's sitting right here going, don't tell people that. We do. We pay well at our school. Not the best, but pretty competitive. Yes, he was willing. He offered his services up for less, for $100,000 less than the average. And so I can understand how you might think that's a deal for us. But this is the thing. It's like, okay, if you go to the store and they're having a sale on socks, right? They're usually 1,000 yen each, but now you can buy two for 1,000 yen, right? You know, 2 for $10. That's a great deal. But if you don't need socks, you don't need socks. You know, that's all I'm saying. If you live in Florida and you walk around, like live in Texas and you walk around barefoot, you don't need socks. Okay, number two. I don't know whether you have any TESOL classes or not, but in TESOL they taught us how to teach both children and adults. Okay. Okay, good point. Very good point. He mentioned he had a TESOL. TESOL, I said TESOL. TESOL doesn't mean much to us at this school. We look more for, this is how we would hire. Okay, theoretically. You would have to have a BA, number one. Number two, you have to get past the interview, which means you just have to be presentable and answer the right questions in an interview. Number three, we'd probably give you a minimum English test, which we've given before. Number four, you'd give a sample class to real students, and then they would rate you and tell us whether you did well or not, which you've done before. So on the TESOL thing, honestly, doesn't matter much to us, though it might matter to like a big, huge school who doesn't have the time or the inclination to spend time on a teacher. So for us to hire a teacher, the TESOL is not important at all. Am I right? Okay. Yukari's nodding as she chews on a big donut. Okay. Number three, I admit that I have an accent, but after watching your video, one that got impression my accent is really too bad. Have you watched the second video? Okay, so the thing about the accent is you know what? It's not a big deal, except you sold yourself as an American. You said, I'm originally American. And I think we have to admit you are not originally American. Just like I am not originally American. You know, I was born in Peru. However, I do not have it. Do I have an accent? Yo, do I have an accent? Do I speak funny? No, I know I don't have an accent, okay? Though you will meet, and both of us not being white, you will meet white people who say, oh, I can tell you got like a Mexican accent, man, you know, which is just not true. Anywho, I do have an American accent, but I do not have a non-native accent. Okay, you do have a non-native accent, but it's not that big a deal. Except, here's the thing: you don't have a non-native accent, but we have students who have better accents than you do. And that's not to say your accent is bad, but why would a Japanese person take your class when there are Japanese people who have accents that are just amazing? I mean, there are dozens and dozens of students I've taught who have never lived in America, right? Right? Am I right? And amazing accent. They speak with a native accent, which is amazing. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Let me see. In my second video that I talked to, so he sent me 2 videos. I don't recall. You know what? It wasn't the accent so much. Your accent isn't actually that bad. It was your sentence structure. You said, what color is it? This color. It's, what did you say? What did you say? It's orange color or something. Nobody was, oh, this is orange color, which is grammatically correct, but nobody says that, man. We would say it's orange. Okay. I was ready for a confrontational video, but you're actually bringing up good points, and I'm answering you cordially. I hope you understand. Cordially. I mean, I hope you understand I am being cordial. I know you understand that word. Okay. Let's see. Next thing here. For second, let me see. So he wants to clarify this is a friendly letter. So don't get ticked off. Okay, I'm not ticked off. We've never met before, that's true. And if you get to know me, I'm a friendly guy. And he's not asking me to take the video down or revise it in any way, which is good. So he took the video like a man, which I'm impressed with. Thank you, sir. That's good. And he sent a new video out there. He's made a new video for me, which I will watch later. But I will not, unless you want me to promote your video, I will not promote your video because I don't want to give you unwanted attention. Okay? And again, I'm not saying you should give up. I'm not saying it's impossible to do what you want to do. If you want to come to Japan and you have your sights set on Japan, then you should try it. But you're not going to get there approaching me in the way you're not going to, we don't need a teacher right now, number one. And again, I probably wouldn't hire you just because, we have students who are just, okay, here's the thing to remember about my school. We teach teachers who teach Japanese. Many of our students are actually great teachers at other schools, okay? And if you are watching this video and you're looking for a job, please send me your resume and I will just throw it away. No. Oh, just kidding. I won't throw it away, look, you know what I'll do? I'll tell you guys, if I'm looking for someone, I will make a video saying I'm looking for someone, okay? Or if you're willing to work for free and you have a BA and you have your own housing, I would consider training you. But you can't, you've got to be a native and you've got to be able to live off nothing because I don't need anybody. You would basically be taking classes away from me or another teacher, another part-timer, okay? So that's a short video, but I do appreciate this, and anyone watching this, when you get criticized by me, you have to remember, I'm not maliciously trying to criticize you or make you feel bad, but sometimes, and I often hold my tongue, but sometimes I feel like I should tell the truth and tell you, something that I think might help you. I hope that the information I gave to this guy, who's writing me again, I hope the information has helped him. I would say, you know what I would do if I were you? I would continue to apply to bigger schools because they will hire you on your qualifications alone, which for me is not enough. And that might sound really weird, but I need someone who can pass a sample class with my students, and my students are really good. Amazing students, okay? Some of my students are really, really high. So I've got a couple students who've got TOEICs in the 900s, and they're very conversational. And TOEIC alone is not that very good, not good enough. I've got students that, like I just said, they teach English to other Japanese, so you got to get past them, and that's really tough. The one thing about me that students do appreciate is what I lack in good looks and intelligence, I make up in enthusiasm, as in I really enjoy teaching. And I do research my class. If I'm teaching something, I do the research. And the other thing is, I'm a moron, but I learn from my mistakes, and I've been teaching 23 or 24 years now. So I can teach anybody just about anything, and I always get better. I learn a better way to teach something that I've taught in the past. So I have that on my side. So I'm not saying that you're young and you can't do it. There was a girl who came to Japan a few years ago, Jessica, who I introduced to my students, and she did a great job. There's another kid, Jason, who came here. He was here only 1 year, but he did, I would say, just as good as me. Much more of a natural. So I'm not saying I am naturally the best. I'm a great teacher because I like it, and I've been doing it a long time. Not because I'm a genius at all. Just because I learn from my mistakes and I like it and I try. And if your students see that you try, if you have the enthusiasm, that will come out in your classes. If you're bored by your material and you don't like teaching, they're going to pick up on that. I like teaching, so when they're in my classroom, they see that I'm enjoying it and they're enjoying it, and I encourage them and they're encouraged. Of course, not everyone. I don't have perfect chemistry with everyone, but overall, it's really a pleasure to teach. And anyway, if you want to be a teacher in Japan, good luck to you. And talk to you soon. And I'll finish the lesson on this example of a elementary class that I did today. We have company, uncountable noun. We have a company, countable noun, right? New low-level students will be amazed. And when you're teaching this word company, you might think, oh, why don't I give my students a little something extra and show them the versatility of this word by showing them this sentence pattern, right? So as a teacher, that's what I try to do. I try to give them a little bit more, not just teaching a simple word like company, which everybody knows, but teaching them how to use it. Hey, would you like some company? Oh, you're going to the store. Can I keep you company? Or can I keep you company? Or why don't you, I'm going to stay here. You want to keep me company? All those different uses of company. All right. And then company man, of course, the CIA. You can just expand one word into oblivion, if that makes sense. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.
I want the nipple. I want the nipple.